What's happening, YouTube? Back with another video. Kansas City Chiefs AFC Championship game recap. I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna talk about what I saw and what I thought happened, and what happened, and what I thought about what happened, the stats, and then the Super Bowl preview. Let's get started with what I thought about the game. Patrick Mahomes played well. He looked like he was the best quarterback in the league, and he looked like he was from another planet. That's how he typically looks. I talked about it before, like his throws and just clever. I know that you guys saw the pump fake where he had the ball and it was kind of like they're holding the O-line was blocking well, the interior three was blocking well, the tackles were holding their blocks, and then he kind of rotated it to the right side because he's looking downfield, kind of cut the field in half, and then pump fakes it, and then keeps the ball and just runs to get the yards, just to fake them to pick up a first down. And then he also does I'm going to get into his stats in a bit, but he did that a couple of times. Just kept the ball. Just his throws downfield were accurate and were sharp. There were darts. Like the deep balls that he threw, even the ball to Xavier Worthy, that scramble play was ridiculous. Like I talked about the other one before, but this one was ridiculous as well, where he kind of like ran around, held the ball for a little bit long, but because he trusted the O-line on that play, and the protection was good. So if it's there, why not to try to take your chances and just hold on to it, just see what we can make happen. It's do or die. It's the playoffs, but we're not going to die. And then he just releases the ball to Xavier Worthy and just he just didn't feel any pressure, and then Xavier Worthy, like, basically at 160 pounds, maybe 170 if he's soaking wet, and just head taps the two guys and brings it down like Jay Jets, but with two hands. It was crazy. And there was a flag as well. The Chiefs were able to put up 32 points. I like the way our defense came together at the end of the game. It was a clever blitz, and it was a great call. It was a clever blitz, and it was a great call to solidify the win. Like we kind of lined up in like a double mug, so it's like almost like a double mug where it's like I can't remember the look that we gave to start for the quarterback to see, because that's basically what a defense is. It's just looks in disguising. So like his look, if double mug is where like the two linebackers will kind of like shoot it, line up at the A gap, or not even just necessarily the A gap. You can disguise a double mug as almost like the linebackers are down at the line of scrimmage, and then they can like almost like Van Ginkel did to Aaron Rodgers, where he lies at the line of scrimmage and then he just kind of like baits him, and then he drops back at the last second because he knows Aaron Rodgers has a quick release, and he knows he has a tendency to look off away. So Aaron Rodgers tried to do a look off, and then Van Ginkel, who made the Pro Bowl for the Vikings, Brian Flores' system, just it's almost like that, where he like just jumps it at the last second and then picks it. So it's like that double mug can look like that. I don't know, they don't need to necessarily be in the A gap, like where the nose tackles are, but they're on the line of scrimmage, and like just to give them advantage, just to getting to the quarterback, because the whole point wasn't to drop them. It was almost to look like a double mug, where so double mug it'd be like they're like that and they drop back. But no, it could work either way. But the play call was a blitz because it was 4th and 5, and Josh Allen is going to like to keep it with his legs, so you're in line him up to get advantage, so when he tries to run and then shoot the gaps, and then just in case, because that the whole line was blocking well, especially when he runs. He's a big guy, and he's tall and he's quick, so it's like so he's going to try to maneuver and try to get away, so you just shoot, everyone's shooting gaps and everyone's crushing down, basically crashing the play. The play was basically blown up, running back, and then you had to throw the ball, because if you would have kept it, it was an option where they run routes, and if he sees something, he holds onto it, throws it. Otherwise, he's just going to tuck it and run, because he's reading the defense and the look. He tucked it and thought he could pass, and ended up being a blitz at the last second. That was a great call. And then he just threw the ball to Kincaid. They said he could have caught it. I don't think so. That's a tough catch. He didn't target him all game. He basically wasn't involved in the offense for like half the year, or like majority of the year compared to last year. And I don't know what his stats are, but he wasn't involved in the same way that he was last year. And then he's expected to have a bigger role. He's supposed to be the key receiver with all the new house coming in, and it's just and you throw him the ball at the last second of the game without any like reassurance or any like any catches to get him into the game. Like, that's not a smart decision, and like that's not going to get him ready, and that's not going to help your team in any way, shape, or form. It's going to actually hurt your team, because you're going to be upset. Now, I've heard it take like that with not recently, because the game just finished, and the media hasn't even spoken as that much as yet. But I've heard it take from Ochocinco saying something like that. Getting advantage. Patrick Mahomes was 18 for 26. He completed 70% of his passes, 69%. He had 245 passing yards, 1 touchdown in the air, 2 on the ground. That's what I said. He also I didn't even mention that he had 2 touchdowns where he just kept the ball and rushed. The one where they snapped him the ball and he pretty much just ran. Another one where he kept it. I think he pump faked, and it was clever, and he just not necessarily like a full on pump fake where it's like a full release, but and then he fakes it. But it was like he just just a little tricks, and then just kept it and ran the ball in. Kareem Hunt had 64 rushing yards. Xavier Worthy and Juju had a big game. Getting to the stats, and Travis Kelce was held to just 19 yards. We didn't get that much involved, and they kind of just we knew that the Bills were going to try to take him away. And I can get into the stats. Bills. So I already said Patrick Mahomes stats. Patrick Mahomes rushing stats were 11 carries, 43 yards, 3.9 in average, and 2 touchdowns. Kareem Hunt had 3.8 in average and 1 touchdown. Xavier Worthy had two carries on the ground, 16 yards, my bad, and 8 yards in average. Xavier Worthy also had 6 receptions as well. That's how we're going to use him. We're going to use him as a jet sweep and also as like a touch pass, or like as even handoffs, or we can just line him up in the backfield and split the backfield, or we can just send him out wide and let him be the X, or he can even be the Y where he runs like slants and just these little shallow routes to get you easy yards to get you up the field like Rashee Rice. But he's really good down the field because that's where the speed will kill, because you can get yards and you can get points in a hurry. But we didn't need that necessarily. We did get that, but there was no like crazy route, like go route or a stutter go route or anything like that to just open up the game, because we were never behind. The game was in our control the whole time. I was never nervous. Juju Smith-Schuster played well. He had two receptions for 60 yards, 30 yards in average. He had 1 big catch over the middle. Hollywood Brown had 3 receptions for 35 yards, 11.7 in average. Travis Kelce had 2 receptions for 19 yards, 9.5 in average. Samaje Perine had 17 yards for 1 reception for 17 yards, 17 in average, of course. And then Isaiah Pacheco, yeah. The list goes on. We had a lot of people got involved. A lot of people had touches. A lot of people caught the ball. That's our team. Our team is very deep, and I want to touch briefly. I don't want the video to be too long because I'm about to speak about the preview. This video is going to be a little bit shorter because it wasn't really as entertaining as the game, even though it was high scoring. I think Isaiah Pacheco is still a great back, and I heard some takes saying that like Kareem Hunt's gonna take over, and Kareem Hunt's basically the main back. I don't know what they mean, but I think if they just mean for the rest of the postseason, then that's fair, because he was injured. So Kareem Hunt, I think, will have more carries than him in the Super Bowl, unless if the game plan is like we can get him involved, and like Isaiah Pacheco isn't really prepared for, and they don't expect what's coming, but they're gonna prepare for him regardless. And like the Eagles have a good team, and they have personnel, so they can prepare for him regardless. So they're not just gonna leave him unaccounted for. So I don't think that will happen, and so I think that he'll be like a running back number 2, and will have a lot of receptions as long as he can keep his eyes on the ball when it's coming to him, and catch the ball and hit him in stride, and just get the ball up, get the yards upfield, and catch the ball outside the numbers, in between the numbers, angle routes. Just be creative, be a great running back, and show that you're not just a running, not just like a power back, and you can also have hands like a receiving back. That's basically what I expect, and he's gonna have a long career, of course. That's what I would assume, especially with the Chiefs, because his contract negotiations was gonna be coming up soon. And then let's look into the team stats. The team had 368 total yards, 233 passing yards, 135 rushing yards, 5.8 an average. The Bills had 374 total yards, 227 passing yards, 147 rushing yards, 5.5 yards per play. They had 22 first downs. We had 28 first downs. They were 5 for 14 on third down efficiency. We were 5 for 9. We definitely picked up our third down efficiency, but then they hurt us on fourth down. But I'm fine with that because it's Josh Allen. But that's important. We wanted to get them off the field on third down. We didn't necessarily get them off the field because they converted on fourth, but it's better than them converting third and long. You'd rather keep them on the field for just a little bit longer, I guess. Or it could also hurt you, but it didn't hurt us in this scenario. I didn't think we were going to lose, and even if you kept them on the field longer, I guess you give Pat more rest, you give the offense more of a rest, but they're going to say that he's going to touch the ball less, because I'm going to get into the time of possession, it's almost even, but it really didn't matter. It's Josh Allen with his legs on fourth down, and it's like fourth and very short, where it's quarterback sneaks with Josh Allen, or touch pushes with Josh Allen, and it's basically pointless. He's going to get it every time. 60, like the Eagles do it with Jalen Hurts, and look at that O-line, and then look at the Bills O-line, and look at Josh Allen. 68 total plays. We had 63. 2 sacks allowed. They had 2 sacks allowed. 2 punts. They had 2 punts. Penalties. We had 5. They had 6. Fumbles lost. We had 1. They had 0. No interceptions. I think Josh Allen threw 1 interception, or he didn't throw any. I saying 0, but I felt like he threw 1. I don't know. Patrick Mahomes had that 1 fumble. I forgot to talk about that. Yeah, it's just a fumble. We just mishandled the ball, and there's not that much you can say about it. It's just a rare occasion. I guess he just dropped the ball. You never know. Maybe your nerves. Even though what he said before the game I really liked, where he said that the team is just going to go out and be the best version of themselves, and just not to himself being the best version of themselves, because some quarterbacks will say that. Like, either I can't tear this team down or I'm gonna have to lift this team up. The team together has to gel together and be the best team that could possibly be, where everybody does their job and nobody has doubt, nobody has fear, and everybody believes in each other, and they will uplift each other as a team. This is a team sport. It's a 53-man roster. Everybody should be the best version of themselves, and that gives us a chance to win. Time of possession was 28-29, and they had 30. So Super Bowl preview. So this is the Super Bowl 59. What I would expect is, just off the top of my head, I did say that we were going to win by 2 scores, but we didn't. We did have chances. We, like the fumble, or just not the fumble, but yeah, the fumble by Pat and just stuff like that. We just had chances to go up 2 scores and went, but we didn't. So for this game, I would expect. I'm gonna go with the score first. So I would say it'd be like, and I would say, I'm gonna say 20 late to like 28 to like 21. And then, or like 28 to like 24, and then for the what I expect for the game plan for Philly is, I would expect them to play similar to how they did not last year, but the year when they faced Pat, where it's like almost like where they went for it a lot on 4th down, like, because you saw like what the Bills did, but this is a different team. They went for it on 4th and longer, so it's like they're gonna do the same thing and go for it 4th and long, because that's just how you play the Chiefs. And then also they're gonna use Dallas Goedert. They're gonna use AJ. They're gonna use everybody, but they're gonna play the same way how they did last time. But they're gonna involve Saquon Barkley a lot. So it's gonna be like, if that's even possible. So it's gonna be like they're gonna split it with some carries. They're gonna throw him the ball down the field, get him involved, maybe motion him and get him on a linebacker like Nick Bolton or Drew Tranquil, and see if he can route him up. I don't know. I wouldn't doubt it, but Saquon Barkley's hands have been a little bit shaky, and this is the best linebacking core in the league. But you never know. It's just to get him involved and just try their best way to gain yards on the Chiefs and try to beat the Chiefs. But I do expect that we'll win, and that's the score that I predict. That I think we'll win every game with the team that we put together. And Patrick Mahomes, of course, I would expect him to play like how he always does. Take care of the ball in the playoffs, play smart like Tom Brady. Don't put the ball in harm's way, dink and dunk almost, where then you set up a big play every now and then, but you try to keep the ball and safe, and then trust in your defense to get stops and you kick and get your points, and just as a team we win together. That's what I would expect, and it'll be a great Super Bowl. That's gonna be my last video about football until the Super Bowl, and then I'm going to speak about just inspiration and life advice. Peace out. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I appreciate all you guys.